The 2012 Seattle Seahawks finished their season out at 11-5 and lost in the divisional round of the playoffs against the Atlanta Falcons. I think their main offseason goal is to build the team up to the point where they're going to win this division in 2013. That's going to be hard because the 49ers obviously went to the Super Bowl this year. Same division. I think the Rams are going to be able to surprise a lot of people. The Cardinals, not sure how they're going to protect Carson Palmer yet. I think the Cardinals might be the last team in that division right now. But the Seattle Seahawks, without a doubt, going to contend in this division. They need to take care of business in this draft. One thing that needs to be noted, Percy Harvin was traded to the Seattle Seahawks from the Minnesota Vikings. The Seattle Seahawks gave up a first-round selection, a seventh-round selection, as well as a 2014 mid-round selection there. Great acquisition. You pair him up with Sidney Rice, also a former Minnesota Viking receiver. You got Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate in the receiving corps. Great receiving corps there. Young receiving corps, going to be able to do some damage. Russell Wilson, young stud, came out of nowhere, third-round guy, beat Matt Flynn out. Great story there, and then he can hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. This offense is starting to look a little bit more dangerous on paper here. In free agency, they even added to their defense. Added even more. You got Cliff Averill, a defensive end, formerly of the Lions, signs a 2-year, $13 million deal. Going to be a great plug-in at the defensive end position. Michael Bennett, listed as a defensive end. I believe he's more of a D tackle. 1 year, $4.8 million. Tony McDaniel, a D tackle. 1 year, $890,000 there. And they just signed Brady Quinn to back up Russell Wilson. They needed a guy who's got a little bit of experience under his belt. Brady Quinn should be a decent backup. Now, let's get to departures, and then I'll hit on some of the acquisitions. Alan Branch at D tackle is signed with the Bills. Leon Washington at running back is signed with the Patriots. Jason Jones at defensive end is now a Lion. And then you got Deion Butler at wide receiver who's signed with the Chargers. Overall, the acquisition of Percy Harvin, Cliff Averill, Michael Bennett, 3 big names there. Seattle Seahawks, I think, are early Super Bowl favorites. And yes, I just said that, even over the 49ers. Seattle, if Russell Wilson only improves, if he improves on what he did this last season, builds chemistry up with Percy Harvin, and the defense plays like they played last season, physical, hard-hitting, don't be surprised if the Seattle Seahawks make a Super Bowl push. Now, draft needs. Offensive tackle, offensive guard, tight end, linebacker, and a kicker. Draft day, obviously they don't have their first-round selection. They're not drafting 25th overall. I don't know if I said that earlier in the video. If I did, they're not drafting 25th overall. But day 2, I don't know exactly how. If they want to address the offensive line, you really can never go wrong when you do address the offensive line. Couple names: offensive tackle Justin Pugh, offensive tackle Menelik Watson, offensive guard Larry Warford, and maybe if they want to address tight end Gavin Escobar. But I think the Seattle Seahawks really hit on a lot of needs in free agency and via trade for Percy Harvin. If it wasn't for those, I still think they could have went out and addressed a receiver, defensive end, maybe D tackle, but they really addressed those in free agency. So Seattle Seahawks doing a great job so far. Seahawks fans, I don't know what you guys think. Throw your comments down below. Free agency, what you guys think of how the Seattle Seahawks are going to utilize Percy Harvin, and draft it. Draft needs, draft prospects, throw all that stuff down in the comments below. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm out.